Yes, students, good morning to all of you. So, students, today we are going to enter into a new topic, that is current electricity. Current electricity. Students, you know about current. What is current, Nana? Current is nothing but the amount of charge which is flowing through area of cross section in per unit time. So, if charge, whenever charge flows, then that flowing charge will constitute current. Clear? So current is nothing but charge flowing per unit time. Okay, na? Yes. Let us suppose, students, let us suppose that there are charge is nothing but electrons. Electrons are flowing through a wire. Let us suppose this is one wire, and through this wire some electrons are moving. Okay. Okay. Yes. So when these electrons are moving through this wire, how many electrons are moving? That gives you, let us suppose n number of electrons are moving. Then charge flowing through the wire will become Ne. So we can find amount of current flowing through the wire will be nothing but Ne by T. T is the charge of each electron. N is the how many number of electrons are there per unit volume. Small n is what, na? Small n is number of electrons per unit volume. Per unit volume. This we call it as current. Okay, na? So Ne by T gives you current flowing through a wire. Okay, students? Yes. And what will be the SI unit of this current, Nana? Yes, students, SI unit of current. For charge, SI unit is coulomb, and for time, SI unit is second. So coulomb per second is the SI unit of current, and it can be written as ampere. AMPERE, ampere. Okay. So let us define 1 ampere. What is 1 ampere? 1 ampere is nothing but 1 coulomb per 1 second. Means if 1 coulomb of charges flows through a wire per 1 second, or 1 coulomb of charge process one particular area of cross section in 1 second, then the current flowing through that area of cross section or through that wire will be said to be 1 ampere. Okay, and it is a scalar quantity, as you know. It is a scalar quantity, Nana. Current is a scalar quantity. Okay, yeah. So we have defined SI unit is ampere, and what will be the dimensions of current, Nana? Yes, dimensions. Dimensions of current are, how to write dimensions? Ampere is nothing but coulomb per second. Unit is coulomb per second. But see, coulomb is not a basic unit. Ampere is a basic unit. So dimensions will be m power 0, L power 0, T power 0, A power 1, or A. You can write simply like this. A is only the dimension. Okay, not I. Some students they are writing I. So it is A is the dimensions of this electric current. Okay, na? Yes. So this is about current. Students, let us suppose through one wire, let us suppose 1 ampere current is flowing. 1 ampere current is flowing through a wire. Then what is the charge flowing? Then how many electrons, you can say, how many electrons are crossing, are flowing through the wire? Flowing through the wire. Can you find? If 1 ampere current is flows through the wire, then how many charges are flowing? Yes, it is good. Good. 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18. Good, Abhay. Okay. Yes. So how, sir? See, current is nothing but Ne by T is nothing but current. Okay. Then N is nothing but I into T by E. Here current is 1 ampere. It is flowing for 1 second. Divided by charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. Okay. Here 1 ampere is nothing but 1 coulomb per second. Here 1 second. Second cancel. Here coulomb cancel. You will get the number 1.6 into 10 to the 1 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19. You will get 6.25 into 10 to the power of 18 number of charges are there. Yes, you will get this answer. If you remember, it will be easy question for you. Okay, na? Okay, students. Yes. Now, electric current is nothing but amount of charge flowing through a wire per unit time. Charge flowing per unit time is nothing but electric current. It can be written as NE by T. Okay, students. Students, sometimes you may get means for a small displacement of current. Let us suppose number of charges means charge flowing through the wire is not uniform. Then how to find current? Students, I can be written as dq by dt also. Na? This is nothing but rate of flow of charge. dq by dt also we can define. Okay, na? Clear? Imagine that current flowing through the wire is not uniform. Then in that cases we can write I is equal to dq by dt. Rate of flow of charge. Both are same. This is average current, this is instantaneous current. What we call this one? Instantaneous current. This is average current. These two are average current. Okay. Now sometimes they may ask you what is the charge flowing through the wire. Yes. How can you find? You know that dq is equal to I times of dt. Can you write? Yes, we can write. Sir, video is not clear. Why, Varun? Is it happening for all the students? Big headache on this. No, sir. Maruti, he is saying no. It is correct. It may be your problem. Clear? They are saying it is clear. Okay, Nisha. Okay, students. Instantaneous current flowing through a wire can be written as dq by dt. Remember this formula. Okay, and sometimes we have to find what is the charge flowing through the wire. Yes, you can write dq is equal to I times of dt. Now you want total charge. How to find? Integrate it. Integration of dq is equal to integration of I dt. Integration of dq gives you q. So q can be written as integration of I dt. And we are integrating time. It means you will get t1 to t2 limits. This will be the charge. Okay, students? Yes. See, on this object question, how they may ask you, students, let us suppose the current flowing through the wire is given by, is changing with respect to time like this. Current as a function of time is given like this. 3t square plus 4t, let us suppose. Then, what is the charge? What is the charge flowing in 2 seconds? Can you find how much charge is flowing through the wire in 2 seconds? Can you find? Yes, charge flowing through the wire in 2 seconds can be written as I into t when current is constant. Q can be written as I into t when current is constant. But current is not constant, it is depending upon time. So what we should do? We should do integration of I dt. Okay, good. So integration of I value given as 3t square plus 4t into dt, and time is from 0 to 2 seconds. Time limits within 2 seconds we want. T1 is 0, you take T2 value 2 seconds. So what you will get, Nana? 3 is constant, integration of t square dt. What you will get? You will get t cube by 3. It is integration, no? Yes. So t limits are from 0 to 2 plus 4 times of integration of t dt. You will get t square by 2. T limits are from 0 to 2. Yes, 3 cancel, 2 1s are 2 2s are. Yes, in the place of t substitute 2, you will get 2 cube minus 0 plus in the place of t 2 into, in the place of t substitute 2, you will get 2 square minus 0. So at last what you will get? You will get charge q is equal to 2 cube is 8 plus 2 to the 4 2 into 2 square is 4. So 8 plus 2 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 what? Charge we are finding. So coulomb. 16 coulomb charge is flowing in 2 seconds. When current is changing like this with respect to time. Okay. So this type of questions sometimes you may get in CET or NEET also. Okay, na? Clear? Write out in this. Is this concept clear, students? I hope you understood now. Yes. Now, students, you may get another question also. Students, let us suppose, yes, here there is one atom. Here one nucleus is there, let us suppose. Nucleus is present, let us suppose. Now around this nucleus, electron is rotating. Electron is rotating in a particular orbit, let us suppose, whose radius is small r. This electron, what it is doing? It is rotating around this nucleus. Means it is moving. Whenever current flows, whenever current moves, it will constitute current. Yes, how much current is flowing here? How much charge is flowing per unit time? That will be the current. Yes or no? Current is nothing but Q by T. But how much charge is flowing here? How much charge is moving here? 1 electron divided by time. Yes, what is T here? T is the time it will take to complete one circular motion. How much time this electron will take to complete? Time can be written as 2 pi r by v. Do you know? Let us suppose it is moving with a constant velocity v in this direction like this. Uniform motion, let us suppose this electron is performing. Then how much time it will take? It will take 2 pi r by v. Substitute here, you will get I is equal to E divided by 2 pi r divided by v. So current can be written as EV by 2 pi r. You can get the answer. Means whenever electron is moving in a circular orbit of radius r with constant velocity, then what will be the current produced due to that motion of the electron? How much current will produce? This much current will produce, because current formula is Q by T. Q is charge. How much charge is flowing? E means electron is flowing. Charge of electron. E means charge of electron, let us suppose. What is T? T is the time period of this electron which is in a circular motion. Yes, time period is this. Substitute here, you will get EV by 2 pi r. Okay? If you remember, it will save your time. What is students? Okay, one more objective point here. Next, students, now we are moving on to very important concept, that is drift velocity. DRIFT, drift velocity. Students, on this topic, you may get subjective question for 2 marks, or you may get objective points also. Many objective questions they can frame on this topic. Okay, so very important concept. Listen carefully. Students, let us suppose we are having one conductor. In that conductor, you know, there are many number of atoms will be there, and all the atoms will be bonded very tightly. But every atom may have, in conductors, atoms may have some free electrons. That free electrons will move randomly in all directions here and there. See here, let us suppose some electrons are there. This electron, it can move randomly here like this, zigzag way, like this, randomly it can move. Why it will move? Because of its thermal energy of this conductor. Conductor at room temperature, it will have some temperature. Okay, due to the temperature, this electron of this free electrons of this conductors may have some energy. That energy we call it as thermal energy. What we call it? Thermal energy. Okay, na? See students, whenever the electron, due to its temperature, it is having energy, it will possess some kinetic energy also. Energy will appear in this electron in the form of kinetic energy. Due to that kinetic energy, yes, you know, in a KTG chapter we have studied, Ke is equal to root 3 by 2 KT. Kinetic energy is equal to 3 by 2 K. Boltzmann constant due to temperature. due to the temperature, every atom, every molecule, every substance will have some energy. It will appear in the form of kinetic energy. Okay, so due to that kinetic energy, these free electrons are the free electrons which are in the crystal of this atom may have some velocity. That velocity we call it as thermal velocity. What we call it? Thermal velocity. Okay, so this thermal velocity, with this thermal velocity, these free electrons, they will move here and there in the crystal structure of this atom randomly in all directions. Okay, so while they are moving, they will collide with each other. They will collide with each electron, and they will collide with the positive ions of the crystal atom with this conductor. Okay, na? So ultimately, finally, from where they have started to there they may reach. Means due to this thermal velocity, net displacement of the electron will be zero. So like this, how many electrons will be present? There are so many number of electrons may be present. Okay. Now each electron will have its own thermal velocity. Let us suppose their thermal velocity is U1 bar plus U2 bar. Bar I am saying it is velocity. Okay. U3 bar. Like this, so many UN bar. So many electrons will be there. Number of free electrons will be there. All the free electrons, due to their thermal energy, they will have thermal velocity. And with this thermal velocity, what they will do? They will move randomly in all directions. And due to that, they may collide with each other and with the positive ions of this conductor. So that they will get net average thermal velocity. You take mean average thermal velocity of these electrons. Mean average thermal velocity of these electrons, if you find, you will get always zero. Because why? Because they are moving in random directions, and due to their random direction, they may collide with each other and with the atoms, positive ions of this cluster. So net displacement will be zero. So individually velocity will not be zero. No. Average velocity, if you consider, you will get always it will be zero due to the thermal energy. Okay, clear? U average I'll call this, and this will be zero in a conductor. So due to the its own temperature of a conductor, all the free electrons they will have individual velocities and they will move in random directions. But if you take average of all these velocities, always you will get zero. Okay, this point I think so clear. Okay, now this conductor, if you connect across two ends of one battery, let us suppose one battery is connected here like this. Here positive terminal, here negative terminal, having a voltage of V volts. Then what happened? Here positive terminal, here negative terminal means here voltage is V, here voltage is zero. Difference you take V minus zero. Higher potential minus lower potential gives you voltage V. Means this side plate is connected to V volts, this side plate is connected to 0 volts. Means this is just a conducting plate, conducting wire. Means here the voltage you are giving is V volt, here the voltage you are giving is 0 volts. Now here one potential difference is created. Let us suppose the length of this conductor wire is L. Length of this wire is, let us suppose, L. Now in this wire, due to this potential difference, one electric field will generate, and that electric field is, always in the direction of decrease of potential difference, Okay, yes. How much electric field will generate? E is equal to dV by dr, Okay, students, that is nothing but it is for uniform electric field, it can be written as V by L, because potential difference is maintained is V minus 0 is V, and length of this conductor is L. So electric field generated, it can be written as V divided by L. This much electric field will produce due to this potential difference, which is produced due to this connection of the battery. Okay, now students, as you know, whenever electric field is present and if an electron is there inside this electric field, now on that electron a force will act. Yes, a force will act on an electron. Suppose here when electric field is there here like this. Now in this, let us suppose electron is there. Now on this, a force will act in opposite direction to electric field. That will be F is equal to electron into means Q into E, QE, force. Here electron means minus negative charge you keep. If it is proton means plus positive charge. So if a proton is there inside an electric field, in an uniform electric field, then force act on it will be QE, that will be in the direction of electric field. If electron is there, then a force will act on that electron in opposite direction to the electric field. Means on this electric field, on this electron, whatever is there here, electron is there, on this electron, a force will act in this direction. How much force will act? QE force will act. Are you getting Nana? This force, why it is acting? Due to connection of this battery. Whenever we connect a battery, one electric field will generate across this wire. Uniform electric field will generate across this wire, and that electric field will produce a force on this electron in opposite direction to the electric field. Now, how much force is acting? Yes, force acting on the electron can be written as F is equal to QE. E bar, magnitude of force if you want. Okay. Now, this because electron is negative charge, so I'll write minus E bar. Minus sign indicates that force is in opposite direction to electric field. And we know, according to Newton's second law, F can be written as ma, mass into acceleration. Means m into a bar can be written as, acceleration is vector, can be written as minus q into E bar. Then a bar can be written as minus q times of E bar divided by m. So this is the acceleration produced in an electron due to this electric field. That means due to this potential difference. That is due to this battery voltage. Okay, means when no battery is connected, the electrons they will move randomly here and there with average velocity 0. But once the battery is connected, due to the potential difference created across the length of the wire, a electric field will generate. That electric field can produce an acceleration, some acceleration in that electron. How much acceleration it can produce? Minus QE by m. Here minus sign indicates the acceleration is opposite direction to the electric field. That's it. If you want magnitude, you can write QE by m. That's it. Okay, Anna? Clear, students? Now, students, see, whenever one object is there, let us suppose here one object is there having some mass. Now, let us suppose it is moving with some initial velocity u. Now, whenever some force acts on it, means some acceleration will produce on this object of mass m, then its velocity will changes to v. It will become a final velocity. Yes or no? Means here also, due to the acceleration produced on that electron due to the electric field, the velocity of the electron, initially it was u1, now it will become v. Final velocity will become v is equal to u plus at. Clear? Yes. Here t is nothing but, you can say time. Means this acceleration will act for what time? See, this electron is on this electron, acceleration is acting in this direction. But we know that in this crystal lattice, in this conductor, there are so many number of electrons will be there. Here maybe one more electron may be present, or maybe proton may be present. Now, going from here to here, it may collide with this electron. Means within this short interval of time only this acceleration will act. Now this time for which the acceleration is producing, that time we call it as tau, that is called as relaxation time. Students, this is important definition for you for your board examination, 1 mark question. Define relaxation time, they may ask you. What is relaxation time? Relaxation time is the short interval of time. Relaxation time is, oh, battery is low. It is a very short interval of time for which an electron will get accelerated. Okay, Nana? Clear, students? Yes. So what is relaxation time? Relaxation time is the short interval of time for which an electron will get accelerated before colliding with another electron or another positive ion. Okay, yes. So this time we can replace with the tau, relaxation time tau. Now students, like this, how many electrons are there? There are so many number of electrons are there. Let us suppose first electron velocity is v1 is equal to u1 plus a into time t1, and a will be same for all the electrons because a depends upon charge of electron, electric field and mass of electron. This will be however same, all the electrons will have same charge and same mass, and electric field that we are producing is due to some potential difference. This will be same, means acceleration will be same for all the electrons. We can write a constant. Now, second electron velocity can be written as v2 is equal to u2 plus a into tau 2. If you want, you can take this is area, vector quantity. So similarly, vn, velocity of nth particle can be written as un bar plus a into tau n. Now, if we take average of these all velocities, yes, see, we will get v1 bar plus v2 bar plus and so on plus vn bar divided by n. What you will get? See, you will get un bar plus a into tau 1 plus second particle velocity v2. V2 is u2 bar plus a into tau 2 plus and so on. un bar plus a into tau n divided by n. See, average of these all velocities we call it as drift velocity, Vd. What we call drift velocity. Okay, and this can be written as, students, this can be written as u1 bar plus u2 bar plus and so on plus un bar divided by n. Can we write plus a common you take, tau 1 plus tau 2 plus and so on tau n divided by n. Students, as you know, this is what average thermal velocity. This will be 0, you know already. So drift velocity can be written as 0 plus acceleration into, this is t1 plus t2 plus t3 and so on tn divided by n is nothing but average relaxation time. I'll call it as tau. Okay, so but what is a? A is nothing but this one. So drift velocity can be written as a. A value is minus QE by m into tau E bar. Yes, this is the drift velocity formula. Very important. Okay, students. Now this derivation is not required. Formula is required and definition is required. Formula is important for your competitive points, and the definition is important for your board exam. Yes, what is drift velocity? See, means these electrons are getting drifted in the direction opposite to this electric field. When a potential difference or when electric field is applied, external electric field is applied. Tau is nothing but relaxation time. What is tau? Tau means nothing but relaxation time. Nana. What is relaxation time? Relaxation time is nothing but it is a shortest interval of time between any two collisions. From one collision to another collision, how much time will be there? During that time, the electron will get accelerated freely. After that, one collision will be there. Again, it will stop. Again, it will accelerate due to this electric field. Again, collision, it will stop. So, for what time it will accelerate? That time is called as relaxation time. That we will indicate with the tau. So, drift velocity is nothing but minus QE by m into tau. What is Q? Charge of electron. What is m here? M is very important. Mass of electron. Don't take that. Mass of proton. Different, both are very different, no? Mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31 kgs. Mass of proton is 1.67 into 10 to the power of minus 27 kgs only. Okay, now? Yes. So, definition of drift velocity. What is drift velocity? Drift velocity is nothing but average velocity with which an electron gets drifted due to the external electric field applied. So, whenever one external electric field is applied across the length of the conductor, the electrons of that conductor will get drifted with some velocity. That velocity we call it as drift velocity. And the drift velocity magnitude is QE by M into tau. Very important formula. You must remember. And the unit, however, it will be in meter per second only, Nana. The units of this velocity will be in meter per second. If you want, you can check. See, students, Q is nothing but charge. Charge unit is coulomb. Electric field, you can write volt per meter, you know. Okay, na? Or Newton per coulomb, you can write. Into tau, second, divided by mass, kg. Coulomb cancel. Students, you know Newton is nothing but kg meter per second square into second divided by kg. Kg cancel, second cancel. Now you got meter per second. Drift velocity unit same as this to meter per second. But the formula is QE by M into T. Here E is the electric field which is applied across the length of the conductor. Across this total length of the conductor, how much electric field we have applied? That electric field. Okay, students? Drift velocity is, yes, I'll write here. Drift velocity. It is the average velocity with which an electron gets drifted on applying external electric field. Electric field, field across the length of the conductor. Across the length of the conductor. And the formula for that is very important. You must remember that formula. Okay, students? Okay? Yes. Drift velocity formula is very important. You must remember. Students, you may get some objective questions on this problem. Let us take one simple example. Okay? Let us take one simple example. Students, let us suppose there is one conductor whose length is, let us suppose 2 meters. Okay, na? And a battery is connected to it. Let us suppose that is a 10 volts battery is connected. Now here there is one electron is there. Okay. Now, what will be the drift velocity of that electron if relaxation time is 1 second, let us suppose. 1 second relaxation time is there. Then what will be the drift velocity? Drift velocity is E by M, QE by M into tau. Tau we know, M, mass of electron we know, charge is electron, we know charge of electron 1.6 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. But what is E? E value they have not given. How to find? You know, E is equal to V by L. You know, E is equal to V by L. V value is given 10 volts divided by L is nothing but 2 meters given. So it will be 5, correct? Volt per meter. Substitute here. You will get 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb into 5 volt per second. Sorry, volt per meter into time is 1 second divided by 9.1 into 10 to the power of minus 31. You will get the answer. Okay. Sometimes like this, very simple questions you may get. Okay, students. So in today's class, this point very important for your subjective and as well as objective, and some different pattern of questions for your simple objective questions we have discussed. I can be written as dq by dt or ne by t. Okay, and how to find charge from the current q is equal to integration of I dt. That all things you must remember for solving the objective problems. And this formula also very important. This formula we will use many times in this chapter. You must remember this formula. Okay, na? Students, time is less than 4 minutes. We have to start one more new topic, and it is very important for 3 marks. We will discuss that one in next class, because time is also not there, and power also not there in my system. Charging also not there. Okay. Yes. Let us stop this class. Okay, na? Bye.